Hi, this is Gretchen from Simplified Parenting. Encouragement for parents that seek simple solutions. Well, who remembers when Fred from the Flintstones came home with an anniversary gift for Wilma, and it was a bowling ball? We know Twinkle Toes wasn't thinking of Wilma when he bought that anniversary gift. Well, today I wanted to talk about a resource that I think is so important for all relationships. And it is called The Five Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. If you haven't read any of his books, they're all on the same topic, but with different age levels or situations in mind. I would pick one up to suit whatever situation you're in, because we're all in relationships. For most families, the kitchen is the heart of the home. Not in this house. The kitchen is a place to get nourishment. The heart of our home really kind of is the bedroom. And I know that sounds kind of racy, but I mean it for the whole family. This is my favorite room. This is the room where my kids would come late at night and tell me about their day, or they would pop in the morning and share their dream with me. We'd get on the bed. I'm the only one in our family that has physical touch as their primary love language. Everyone else just tolerates me, but it was never so apparent. Well, first let me backtrack and say, now this is the place where my grandson and I can, another area that we connect, and we do our bedtime routine, reading stories. I just love the bedroom. But it was never more apparent to me of my love language than during COVID. Not being able to go out and see people or touch people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's when that is how you connect with people. It's these things, it just shows me these things are really, really important. That was a good lesson for me, COVID. You know, got to find the silver lining. But it was a good lesson for me, not just to know mine, but just to know how important other people's love languages are, and to really invest in thinking about how does that person receive love, because I want to do that intentionally for each member of my family and the people I come in contact with. I really want to be showing them the love that's going to fill them up as best I can. So I think that's just a great resource. And they also have a website that I'll put in the description, because you can go on and take the love language test, and your loved ones can take the love language test. And they also have an app. Really a good resource. I recommend it really highly. Another important thing to remember when you know your loved one's love languages is to be super careful about not using them as a weapon against them. Because as much as they take something in a positive way, they take that same amount of hurt in a negative way. If your loved one's love language is words of appreciation, and you use hurtful words on them, stab in the heart. So it's something that we can know in our hearts and our minds as a positive and a negative. I'm going to fill them up with using this language. I'm not going to use it as a weapon. Really, really important. The last thing I wanted to share was I have the book. I think I lent out the adult relationship copy that I have, but I did have the Five Love Languages of Children in my library. And I see that Ross Campbell was the co-author. And as I recall, he does have a co-writer when he makes the more specific books. But I'm sure you do this. I just wanted to share, though, that when you're reading any book like this, that you take the meat and throw out the bones. Take what applies to you, and you say, no, that's not going to personally work for me, and throw that out. I just happened to be looking through this last night as I was preparing, and I got to page 132, A Child's Remorse, a Parent's Forgiveness. And it says, when a child feels genuinely sorry for what he has done, there is no need to proceed further. He has learned and repented. Punishment now could be destructive. And I said, bones, throwing that out. I disagree completely with that statement. And just this week, Max had an issue that was serious enough that he needed to write an apology note. I'm sure his parents sat him down and he had a consequence. And that's a real important lesson, because as we see playing out now, that if there's no consequences, there's going to be repeat behavior. You want to nip that in the bud. You want to teach your child, because there is a consequence for behavior, positive or negative. There is a consequence. And so I just wanted to share that sometimes we don't agree with everything. But that doesn't mean, we're going to go burn the book, or anything ridiculous like that. We can just say, I don't agree with that. Okay. Well, if this was helpful for you, it was a great reminder for me. I started this because my nephew, he is in Florida and has a taco food truck. And he did this adorable taco, 5 love languages. And it was so cute, and it just reminded me what a great tool this is, and I wanted to share it with you. If it was helpful, I hope it was. Like I said, it really was helpful for me. A good reminder. Give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to the channel. And I'd love it if you shared it with a friend. I'll be praying for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.